Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is now getting a rejection, and if we start breaking down, this can end really badly. Let me show you why. Now, first you're going to see Bitcoin yesterday got another rotation back up, taking the liquidity above our recent high right here at approximately 72,000 US dollars. And then suddenly we started getting quite a lot of buying pressure coming in the market. Pay right now attention to the CVD indicator, to this specific yellow line. We started getting another higher high, which simply means buying pressure is coming in. Bitcoin was getting right here another lower high after taking the liquidity above the recent high. So what does it mean? We were getting a bearish divergence, bearish absorption exactly at this specific area, bearish Bitcoin indication, and that is simply right now why we are getting this specific rejection back towards downside. Of course, also, if you are in my free VIP Discord server, you probably know about the post I made on 23rd of March, where we said those are the next levels if Bitcoin squeezes higher. The biggest resistance is the weekly level plus the golden Fibonacci ratio. However, the first level we were paying attention to here was the liquidity level at 72,000 US dollar area, exactly the level where Bitcoin is right now actually getting a rejection off of. But also right now, remember our yesterday's video where we were talking about the inverse head and shoulders pattern on the 2-hour time frame. We simply said if Bitcoin right here does start breaking the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern, probably a lot of people are going to flip more bullish, probably a lot of them are going to start entering brand new long or buy trades, going with some kind of a breakout trade right here. And clearly right now, people that entered a long position right here, right now most likely they are getting stopped out, they are getting liquidated, they are definitely getting wrecked, because clearly exactly after the breakout right here, Bitcoin got a rejection back towards downside. But also right now, people really like trading patterns. That is why if we right now go on the 12-hour time frame, some of them might still be paying attention towards this specific ascending triangle. And yes, I would actually say if we start breaking our ascending triangle back towards downside, definitely we can be looking toward the price target of this specific triangle. But the reality is, I am not looking for any breakdown and also not any breakout trades, simply because if we are going to start losing the bottom of our triangle right here, sure, it is going to be a major bearish Bitcoin indication, and later in the video I am going to show you exactly why this specific area is a very important one you should really pay attention to. But also, on the other hand, why would you go with a breakout trade approximately at the top of our triangle, knowing that probably you're going to be longing exactly at our major golden Fibonacci ratio and also the weekly high term time frame area of resistance? Sure, Bitcoin right here could definitely get a successful breakout right here, but the reality is usually you want to be shorting at the area of resistance and buying exactly at the area of support. That is how I was able to enter this specific long trade on Bitcoin and also this specific long trade on Ethereum, by longing on the move towards downside. That is why also later, of course, in the video I'm going to share with you some brand new trading ideas where potentially you might fire another buy, maybe also another sell or a short trade. But also right now, if we are not looking at this specific triangle, some people might be looking at some kind of a rising wedge pattern. And what we can right now do, connecting our higher highs with a diagonal area of resistance, connecting our higher lows with a diagonal area of support, one could actually right here say we are forming right here a rising wedge pattern, which technically speaking does have a higher probability of breaking towards downside. On the other hand, as we said before, an ascending triangle right here does have a higher probability of breaking towards the upside. So it's really hard to right to say which pattern right here is going to play out. That is why, as I said before to you, I'm not really that big of a fan trading the patterns. We simply trade from level to level. At the area of resistance, we look for a short trade. At the area of support, we might be looking to fire another long or a buy position. And that is right why I would really appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 1000 likes right here is definitely possible. And of course also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right now, let me share with you what is going to be my main bearish scenario on Bitcoin if right now we start breaking literally straight towards downside. And you probably also remember about the bearish Elliot wave count we already mentioned only a few days ago, where we said the entire push up on Bitcoin right here can actually be some kind of a second Elliot wave. And if Bitcoin right now, right here, is going to start pushing lower, we can be paying attention towards a major third Elliot wave. So what we are right now going to do, if we topped out at this specific area right now, what can right now be our next target for the third Elliot wave? Because what we can right now do, Bitcoin finished the first impulse right here. Potentially right now, if we start breaking down, we finished our second Elliot wave, and the next one expected can actually be a violent and quite a significant push down for our third one, fourth one, and then of course also the fifth Elliot wave. What is going to be the technical target of the third one? Very, very simply, we go with our Fibonacci extension. We are going to measure the entire impulse down, putting the third pivot at the start of our third one or at the end of our second Elliot wave, paying attention towards the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And you're right now going to see the target of our third Elliot wave. Technically speaking, it is actually going to be very, very low, literally exactly at our recent right here at $60,000 US. This specific target right here is going to come into play if we are going to get another sign of weakness we are going to talk about in a moment. But nevertheless, looking right now at this specific bearish Elliot wave count, we might even be expecting another major collapse in the upcoming days. Now, additionally, there is another bearish Elliot wave count I'm right now still paying attention to. And in this scenario, our first Elliot wave did not finish right here, but actually exactly at this specific low. And our second Elliot wave finished literally exactly at this specific area already yesterday. Why this specific bearish Elliot wave count also potentially can make a lot of sense, simply because when we right now pay attention towards our Fibonacci retracement price targets, measuring right now the entire move down here and going with the targets of the second Elliot wave, you're going to notice the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level in this scenario was hit almost exactly. And if we right now measure the first Elliot wave of our first scenario here, you're going to see that the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level right here was unfortunately never hit. That is why potentially we might be talking about this specific bearish Elliot wave count, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. The main direction that we are right now paying attention to, in a case we do get right here a sign of weakness, is clearly going to be straight towards downside. But in this scenario, of course, the target of our third Elliot wave, it is going to be slightly lower, going again with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the high back towards the low, back towards this specific high. The 1.618 Fibonacci extension level in this scenario is going to be slightly lower at approximately $58,000 US. But again, don't get me wrong right now. Those targets are going to come into play only if Bitcoin right now does start losing our major support areas literally straight towards downside, and Bitcoin does get right here another major impulse with a significant red candle. And let me now show you what is going to be the first major sign of weakness if Bitcoin right here right now does start breaking literally straight towards downside. What we are right now going to do, remember about our horizontal range we are right now paying attention to for the past few days. Of course, you're going to notice that Bitcoin got literally a perfect rejection exactly at the top of the range. So we are right now going to say, if Bitcoin starts breaking the bottom of the range right here, it is going to be the first red flag. Why? So because the bottom of the range right here, it is actually quite an important area of support, and later in the video I'm going to show you why this specific area is definitely the first local area of support. But nevertheless, if lost towards the downside, first sign of weakness. The second one then is going to be if we start losing the bigger point of control or the biggest volume cluster of the entire bottom price action. So right now measuring literally the entire price action right here, you can see the point of control on Bitcoin is coming in below our range right here at approximately $68,000 US. Losing this specific support level, of course, another red flag on Bitcoin. And in this scenario, we are then definitely going to look for lower targets to be hit on the Bitcoin price itself. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free $8,560 US bonus with the second link down below in the description on B2Nix Exchange. There is no KYC and no VPN. You register, You deposit and you're going to get completely for free a 20% deposit bonus. For example, you deposit 1000, you trade once, you're going to get 200 USDT completely for free. But also, the more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get using the second link down below in the description after you register and after initial deposit. But also right now, let me share with you why the bottom of the range right here, it is definitely going to be another very important area of support. What we are right now going to do, let's go actually on the 1 hour time frame, going with our Fibonacci retracement from the swing low back towards our swing high. It does look like that another golden Fibonacci ratio on Bitcoin is coming in approximately at the bottom of our range. But also right now, the previous low was formed exactly right here, which also right now means we do have our liquidity level at our golden Fibonacci ratio exactly at the bottom of our horizontal range. So clearly, this specific area right now Bitcoin is the first support level I'm right now paying attention to. If you are right here looking for another long position, very simply wait for some kind of a reaction right here. We could be looking right here for Bitcoin to hit the support level, reaction back towards the upside. Very simple, very easy invalidation level below the bottom of the range. If we start breaking this one towards downside, definitely very likely that we are going to right here form another lower low below 67,000 US dollar area. But also right now, what if we go with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map? Because on the 3-day time frame, very nicely, we do have the biggest liquidations exactly above the recent highs at approximately 72,000 US dollars. And actually, the exact same thing is right now happening on the 1-week time frame. Zooming out right now, you're clearly going to notice that the biggest liquidations coming in exactly above the recent highs. Sure, we still do have some of them below our recent low right here, but nevertheless, the biggest one is going to be exactly above this specific high. But also right now, zooming out even further on the 2-week time frame, clearly the biggest liquidation cluster right now Bitcoin is not going to be below our recent lows, but actually above our recent highs, where approximately, let's just say, 157 million of short trades are going to get liquidated if Bitcoin right here, right now, does get a push back towards the upside. So I would say like that, I'm not going to immediately right now flip bearish on Bitcoin, because still at this moment, we have the golden Fibonacci ratio, the liquidity level, and the bottom of the range right here acting as the area of support. And remember, support is support until proven otherwise. Only if we start breaking this specific area back towards some side, we can then say, okay, red flag on Bitcoin, we are then going to look straight towards our lower support level, which in this scenario, as we said in our yesterday's video, is going to be the daily and the weekly level at approximately 66,000 US dollars. Again, we trade from level to level, trying to buy low, trying to sell high, and right now the first level coming in on Bitcoin is simply going to be another very important golden Fibonacci ratio. So if you right now ask me what are the best trades you can right to be paying attention to, very simply look to buy at the area of support on a successful swing failure pattern or a liquidity grab, which simply right here means reaction back up, stop below the low, let's see what happens next. If we lose this specific support level in this scenario, yes, I'm going to look for lower targets, and the next one is going to be the daily and the weekly level right here. But of course, if we then do get right here another rotation back up, the weekly area of resistance right here, aligning almost exactly with our major golden Fibonacci ratio, is simply then going to be another very important level you should really pay attention to on the Bitcoin price itself. That is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus with the second link down below. There is no KYC, no VPN on B2Nix exchange right here. You register, you deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also the more you're going to trade, the bigger rewards you're going to get using the second link down below right here. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.